Hi student, today we start our new demonstration class of the bone. That is the lateral view of the skull. So the lateral view of the skull is called as a norma lateralis. Again, this is the skull, which this portion is called as the skull vault or skull cap. Right now we are closing it. Okay. Below, all of you know below the structure which is comes on this side, that is called norma lateralis. Okay, so this whole structure which is comes in this view is norma lateralis. Mandible we discuss in the detail, so I am removing here like this. Okay, so what are the bone you are visible in this lateral position of the skull? So number one bone you are visible here. This is the zygomatic bone. So this is the zygomatic bone. This bone is a temporal bone. Where this pointer is moving, this whole is the temporal bone. Again, this temporal bone has a 5 parts that we discuss one by one. All of you know the above part. Here is the parietal bone, here is the occipital bone, okay, and this is the frontal bone, barobar, and this portion is called as a greater wing of sphenoid. As I mentioned you that H-shaped suture is formed at this side. Focus on this H-shaped suture. So here H-shape is formed by the joining of this 4 part of the bone. Which 4 bone? Here is the frontal bone, above is the parietal bone, here is by the greater wing of sphenoid, and here is by temporal bone. See here. So this is the H-shape suture which is formed at this side, and where I am roundedly moving this pointer, this is called pterion. What is the clinical importance of the pterion? So below this point, here the middle meningeal artery and middle meningeal vein is lies, and just dip to it the lateral sulcus of brain is lies. So, and if you fill from here this side like this, so this is a thin portion, this is a thin portion, this is again a thick, this is again a thick, but this portion is very thick. The bone chip at this H shape, it is a very thin. So whenever the fracture is occur, so blood vessel easily get damaged, that is middle meningeal artery, vein, and the lateral sulcus of the brain. Again, this part is useful for the gunshot injuries. Gunshot injuries like this. The gun is put. So this is easily fracture and it is easily damaged. This middle meningeal artery and middle meningeal vein. So this portion is called as a pterion. And here you can see this is a parietal bone, this is a temporal bone, and this is occipital bone. So this point is called asterion. So this point is called pterion and this point is called asterion. And this is a mastoid part of the temporal bone. Now we are discussing which are the 5 parts of temporal bone. In the norma lateralis, the parts of the temporal bone come, that is the squamous part of temporal bone. So this portion is called squamous part. This portion is called mastoid process of temporal bone. This is called our ear hole, that is external acoustic meatus. This is its zygomatic process. This is its tympanic plate, and this is a pittrous part of temporal bone. So this is a tympanic plate, this is a pittrous part, this is a mastoid part, this is the zygomatic part, and this is the squamous part of temporal bone. So it is a zygomatic process. So zygomatic process is a 2 portion. So this whole is a zygomatic arch. It is a part of temporal bone, and here it is joined by this zygomatic bone. Okay. Then see very nicely here there is a one tubercle is called as a articular tubercle, and the meeting point at this side is called as a zygoma. Here this point where there is a starting of this zygomatic arch is called zygoma. There is a starting of this zygomatic arch is called zygoma. Here this is called as a articular tubercle or the zygomatic tubercle. Okay. And this fossa is called as a, here the head of mandible is lies and the temporomandibular joint is forms. And this portion is called tympanic plate. Okay, and see here very nicely from here to here there is a one line is extended like this, which is goes on the mastoid part. So this portion is called supramastoid crest. So here one triangular area is formed So above it is formed by the supramastoid crest. Here it is a suprameatal triangle is formed at this side. So above it is bounded by the suprameatal crest. Then here by the posterior part of external ichthyotic meatus and the line joining these 2 points. So here the suprameatal triangle is lies, and within to it mastoid air cell is lies. Okay, then from here two imaginary line is formed. It is not very well visible in this bone. That is called, it is starting from here. This is called superior temporal line and inferior temporal line. So superior temporal line and inferior temporal line on this side, but it is not very well demarcated, so I am not able to show you. Okay, so here the supramastoid cell, this is a mastoid process, and this is a suprameatal triangle is formed. So above by the mastoid crest, here is by the this posterior portion of external ichthyotic meatus and the line joining these 2 points. It is called suprameatal triangle, and below to it the mastoid air cell is lies. So this is all about the bone, its clinical importance, and the about the normal lateralis. So one another bone is visible is this. This is called as the wing of the sphenoid. This is the greater wing, and this is the lesser wing of the sphenoid is visible on this side. Okay, so this is all about the norma lateralis. And again, after completing seeing this video, just see that explanation which is given in the book. If anything is missing, inform me. So this is all about today's demonstration class, and that is a norma lateralis. Okay, thank you so much.